There we go, and a very good afternoon to you all. Hope you're all keeping well. I'm just going to tune up, so bear with me one moment. But I've got a gig tonight. I know, incredible, isn't it? It's been a long time since I've done a gig. But I'm playing some guitar instrumentals, and my singer in my band, Matt, is going to be doing some vocal stuff as well. So we're really looking forward to it tonight down at Harold Wood, Royal British Legion near Romford, and yeah, it should be a good night. But I thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a live stream tonight, and for an hour or so, and just basically to rehearse some of these songs that I haven't played in a little while. So and I thought, why not do a live stream, and some of you can check it out, those of you that aren't coming tonight, and see what it's all about. So, evening Mandy, or afternoon even, afternoon John, Tom, David. Oh, we've got 19 of you watching already, incredible. But I'm going to do this little song next, and this is, once I switch over the channel, because this is a top boost one, that should do. Let's do a bit of Atlantis. Go, fabulous bits of Atlantis there, but don't know what's going on with this camera at the moment. I don't know why it's suddenly putting things out of focus, but you can see the guitar, I think, okay, but my face is a little bit out of focus, which is probably a good thing. But anyway, I thought I was going to keep this as a bit of a surprise for you all, but I think I'll show you it now actually. So I bought a new guitar today, and it's absolutely beautiful. So here it is. This is a Washburn HB35, which some of you may recognise as being a blatant, obvious copy of a Gibson 335, which is a guitar I've always liked, and you may have seen I've got a Les Paul recently, but I picked this up from PMT in Romford at the ridiculously cheap price of £99. So yes, it's absolutely beautiful. Nice, got a little bit of an unplugged tone. It's a straight through block, so as you can hear it rings quite a lot. Slightly out of tune, but yes, it's very nice, and I'm very pleased with it. So watch out for that in a video coming. I don't know when that's going to be yet, but at some point. But there we go. I have too many guitars, said no one ever. But anyway, back to my trusty Squire Simon Neil Strat that gets used for absolutely everything, and it's a wonderful guitar. And oh no, I wish I was. No, this I will be using this Strat tonight to do the gig, because it's a lot of shadow stuff. So there's not really a guitar that you really can use really for shadows, other than this beautiful beast that needs a very good clean. I'm going to have to do that straight after this session. But there we go. It's Tom. Yes, I did see your email. I was just about to reply actually. So the app I use on my iPad is called One Track Mind, and what that basically does is you import all the backing tracks into iTunes, and you basically set up a playlist or something like that. And when you open One Track Mind, you can just click on the. It's got an app basically. In fact, I can show you the app because I've got it right in front of me. So it's on my iPad, just in front of me there, and there's the app One Track Mind. So you can you click on the track, it plays through, and then you've got an option at the bottom to have a sort of a gap between each song before playing the next one, or it will just stop the song and then allow you to do talking or whatever you want to do, and then play on to the next one when you're ready. And as soon as you've done the song, it goes a different colour, it greys out, so that you can't you can clearly see which ones you've played and which ones you haven't. So hope that helps. Alan 339. Do you know what I've been looking at a lot for recently? A Gibson 335, because I think they're amazing guitars, but they are insanely expensive, especially if you go custom shop, stuff like that. And to be honest, most of the time I play Strats, as you can probably tell from all the videos I do. Most of the time the Strats, the Burns, stuff like that. So I didn't really want to spend a lot of money on one and have it sitting there doing nothing most of the time. But then I saw that one on PMT's website, Facebook page today, and I just thought, you know what, for that price, I'll buy it, even if I never ever used it, or I used it for a couple of tracks and stuff. So there we go. When did I see that? Where am I playing? Where's the gig tonight, Ryan? It's at Harold Wood Royal British Legion. Unfortunately, it's pre-booked only, so I think if you were planning, anyone wants to come along and you've got nothing to do better tonight with your time, you need to ring up Harold Wood Royal British Legion and see if there's any spaces available, because of this social distancing and stuff. It's quite a small little venue, so there isn't really many sort of spaces and stuff, especially with social distancing. They're making things even worse. But there we go. Hope that helped. And I'm going to play another song for you now. This is a bit of Contiki. No, I'm not. I'm going to tune up because it seems I've knocked myself slightly out of tune again. So talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. Can't stand out of tune guitars. It's not actually as far out as it sounded, which there we go. Alan, you just bought your first Burns. Wonderful. Which one have you bought? I've got 4 at the moment. I've got the King Cobra. I've got the 12-string SSJ, the new one. I've got the Burns Dream still, And I've also got the Burns Marquee 12 string as well, which belongs to my drummer and needs to go back to him sometime soon. But yeah, it's good fun. Right, let's do this then. Bit of Contiki. There we go, a little bit of Contiki. Ah, the new Cobra. They are, do you know what, Alan? They're wonderful guitars, the new Cobras. So that some of the Burns that they've got at the moment are incredible and well recommended. But how are you all doing anyway? You all okay? You all keeping good? It's so interesting times at the moment, isn't it? Still, it's it looked like it was getting a little bit better, and now I'm not so sure. Now it looks like it's going back the other way. But also need to mention on this video, I suppose, about our good friend Brian Licorice Lockin. He's unfortunately very, very ill in hospital at the moment. So sending thoughts, prayers, and various to him. Such a wonderful, wonderful man, and gave me the wonderful opportunity to play with an actual member of the Shadows a few years back at Warwick, which I'll never ever forget. Turning round and I can't remember what song we were playing now, but sort of turning round and seeing Brian standing there playing bass was a wonderful experience. And for someone like me who's a bedroom player, or bedroom player most of the time, it was wonderful, wonderful experience. And so we do wish him well and send prayers, thoughts to his family and friends, of course. But this is a beautiful song. I think Brian actually played bass on this as well. So this is a bit of theme for young lovers. fabulous song, and say dedicated to Mr. Licorice Locking there. But Alan, that's it's horrendous, isn't it? You got local lockdown in North Wales, have you? I wonder how much longer it's going to be till we go around London and when the next lockdown's going to come. But I don't know. I mean, to me, does anyone else feel like this whole year has just been like life's just on hold and you can't really, everything's been cancelled. There's been all the music events have been cancelled, everything, and it's just it's been horrendous. I was supposed to fly out to Denmark for a week in July and do some guitar stuff out there, and obviously that got cancelled. All the gigs and everything, and I do feel for the people that have been seriously ill with it, lost their lives and stuff like that. But it's just a horrendous time, isn't it? But anyway, we'll get through it one way or the other. But Andrew, I don't actually have an acoustic guitar here at the moment, unfortunately. So yes, I haven't got one. I haven't got an electric guitar at all. Acoustic guitar, sorry. I've got quite a few electrics at the moment. Can't even remember how many I've got now. I've got the 3 Strats, the 4 Burns, the Washburn, and the Les Paul at the moment. So a bit of a mixture of everything to do with electrics, but no acoustics. But I do need to get one at some point because I've got some great songs that I want to cover. So yes. Those of you interested, by the way, there is a new video dropping today at 4:30, a new cover video. Doing a bit of Akabilk today for a special request, so that will be coming at 4:30 in this exact same place. So feel free to check that out if you've got nothing else to do. But right, let's not put some of this. Don't need quite as much reverb and things on this. That should do. But those of you interested, by the way, I'm running today. I've got my Squire Simon Nil Strat, gauge 11 to 49 strings, Zoom G3X program for Hall's Echo patches, and I'm going into my Vox AC30 head, which interestingly seems to have a little noise there when I tap it. And that's going into a 2 notes captor, 16 ohms, and then that's going into my interface. So I'm running a real valve amp today rather than the Katana. And I think it sounds great, but obviously I'm not sure what it sounds like on stream, but there we go. This is a bit of Albatross. There we go, a bit of an Albatross there. But yes, Alan, I do agree entirely. Valve amps are wonderful, and I've tried numerous pieces of kit. I've tried plugins and various other things on the computer to try and replicate an AC30. I've tried the Katana, and I do get a great sound from the Katana. But the problem I've always had is I live in a flat, an apartment, whatever you want to call it, and you can't record a Vox normally with an amp, a microphone or anything, because you need them really loud, and you just can't do it. But I recently came across the 2 Notes Captor and decided to get one, and I've used it ever since. Literally, since I had that, it's been a wonderful piece of kit. The Vox is now in full use. Every video I do uses the Vox. The great thing about this software that you get with the 2 Notes Captor that enables you to replicate the sound of a speaker cabinet. You can move the mic in different places and stuff like that. So, but what you're hearing at the moment is actually not with any of that software at all. This is literally just the Vox into the captor, into the interface. So this is, it's probably not quite as good as it could be, but I think it sounds really, really good, especially for, a lot less hassle and everything, and it certainly is. I'm really, really enjoying it. So there we go. But right, so let's do a little bit of Living Doll, I think. There we go, a little bit of the Living Doll. But there we go. Chris, you have a Cube amp. What else can I get to play Shadows music? To be honest, Chris, you need there's 3 things you really do need to play Shadows music. You need obviously a guitar of some sort, really a Strat, I suppose, probably because it's single coils and that's what you get. But you need an amp, which you've got, but you also really do need something to do the echo settings. And at the moment, or for me, the best value for money and piece of kit you can get is really the Zoom G3 or Zoom G3X, and using the Hall's Echo patches. which I think the Hall's Echo patches are about £80. They come with so many different options. As I say, this is, I'll give you a demonstration. This is the G2 patch, which is supposed to be a Zoom, a Roland RE301, which is great for some of the later stuff, I suppose, that Hank done. Stuff like that. All the way back to, you know, there's a long tom patch, which is great for certain numbers. You've got all the Echomatic Miazzi type patches, so Rise and Fall of Flingle I think it's that one. All the way down to this one, which I use all the time, which is E9, which has just got that great tripling echo sort of. But that's the Zoom G3, G3X, not to be confused with the Zoom G3N and G3NX, because they are not compatible with the patches. But you can pick one up second hand, the Zoom G3, G3X, about £80 to £100. The patches are £80, so for less than £200 you've got an all-in-one great piece of kit. You can use it as a USB recording interface, so you can plug it straight into your computer and record through your DAW. It's just a wonderful piece of kit, and yeah, I've been using it pretty much exclusively for a long time. I've got a Miazzi Echomatic valve tape echo, but again, I very rarely use it because this sounds good. It's always consistent. It does the job really well. So I hope that helps. But Michael, good to hear from you. I hope you're. Oh, sorry to hear that. But hope you're keeping well. You moved recently, didn't you? Or because you were living not very far from me, but I think you've moved now. But hope you're doing okay. Sorry to hear that. But right, let's do let's do this. Let's see what echo I've got. Let's run with that one. I think that's fine. But this is a bit of Shindig. Oh, are we back on? Is the mic working? There we go. But, Ronnie, good to hear from you. Hope you're good. I've done Theme for a Dream some time ago, but if you type in Steve Reynolds Theme for a Dream on YouTube, I'm sure it will come up. But yes, Spanish Harlem is a great song. Yeah, Cliff done some great songs back in those days, didn't he? I think he still does. I mean, some of the anyone getting his new album when it comes out in a couple of weeks? His book's coming out as well, so yeah, it's an interesting time at the moment. There's a lot going on for Cliff and Shad's fans, despite the fact that there's nothing going on actually in terms of anything else. But yeah, it's good fun. But anyway, evening, Eric, or afternoon. I'm losing track of time. It's so dark and dingy. It feels like evening, doesn't it? But I'll be going out. About 6 o'clock. I've got to be at the venue, so it's not too far from here, thankfully. So go and do the gig, which I'm really looking forward to. It'd be wonderful to play live to some physical people rather than the internet and various other things. But yes, it's good fun. But anyone got any questions? Anyone want to ask me anything while I'm here? If you do, please feel free. No question unanswered. Well, within reason. But I'm going to play this next song. This is a bit of, I know you all enjoy this one, dedicated to my fan club. This is a bit of Saturday Night at the Duck Pond. Little bit of Saturday Night or Duck Pond, or as it's became known, Sunday night at the Reynolds household, or in this case, Saturday afternoon at the Reynolds household. But there we go. Chris, why do I wear headphones? There's a very good reason for that. As I mentioned earlier, I live in an apartment or a flat, depending on where you are in the world, and basically I can't make too much noise. So in this room is pretty much silent, as you can hear. My voice is being picked up on a microphone here, so when I'm playing, if I'm playing, for example, Saturday Night at the Duck Pond, all you'd hear in this room is so it's quite low volume and you can't really hear anything, and it enables me to do a lot of this stuff late into the evening, without upsetting anyone, because I don't like upsetting people. I've never enjoyed falling out with people or anything like that, so it just keeps everyone happy. It does me a favour. I hear the backing track, I hear the guitar mixed okay through the headphones, so it just enables a sort of a nicer environment really. But there we go. Hope that answers your question. I do normally wear earbuds, but they're a bit of a pain when they hurt the ears a little bit, so these just sort of go on and aren't too much of a pain. Casper, which pedal do you use beside the Zoom G3X for shadow sounds? I only use the G3X these days. My rig, whether I'm playing here or out live, is always pretty much the same. It's a Stratocaster, the Zoom G3X, into a Vox AC30 head, which then goes either into a 2-notes captor into the PC or into a real cab when I'm playing live. Sometimes that gets substituted for the Boss Katana, but that's it. That is literally the rig as straightforward as it can possibly be. You could use, if you were using a pedal, the Joyo Ace Tone is a great little pedal for doing a Vox AC30 sound. Well recommend those. They're not very expensive, about £30. Do a very nice AC30 sound, but there's a couple of other options other than the Zoom G3X. You can get the Stanley E-Tap or the Blue Nebula. Stanley E-Tap's about £150, but you can't store presets. You've got to basically treat it as a manual echo unit. The Blue Nebula, you can do presets, but that's about £250, I think. Of course, you've got the Hall & Collins echo pedal, which is probably the best one certainly at the price, about £600. There's a slight difference. It's slightly better than the patches and the sound of the Zoom G3X, but for me, for a third of the value, a third of the price of the Hall & Collins, of course, I get a volume pedal, I get a tuner, I get USB interface. It's such a much more versatile pedal, and for a lot of the music that I do, it's got a tube screamer option on there, so if I want to do some bluesy sort of stuff, it gives me so much more flexibility than just being an echo pedal. But the Hall & Collins is really, really good. And then of course you've got the TVS3, which is I think at last look about £3,000, £3,500. Hank Marvin uses that particular pedal, rack mount even, and it is fantastic. It is by far the best, but it's £3,000. A few years ago I had a setup which involved, I had a TVS3, I had a custom shop 56 Fender Strat, and I had a Vox AC30 Heritage, which has the EF86 channel and everything, and I remember doing a gig with it, and it was about £7,000 worth of equipment. And when I boiled it down, I got this guitar and I started playing this guitar quite a lot, because it's, this was about £300, I think, this one. The echo pedal is about £200, and I use a Vox AC30 with a normal cab, which is about £400. So I've gone from a £7,000 rig to a £1,000 rig, and the playing is the most important thing. My playing style on each rig was exactly the same. So actually the sound isn't that far away. It was slightly better, but not 7 times better. So I hope that helps. It's an interesting debate, but afternoon, Ken. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, I thought I'd come on and do a couple of this. As I say, I'm doing a gig tonight with the singer of my band, Matt. So I thought I'd come on and play some of the songs on stream, as I've not done this for a while, and you can all have a little bit of a listen, hopefully, if you've got nothing else. Have you ever played a Strato MX? I'm assuming you mean a Mexican Strat. I have. I've had a few Mexican Strats, and I had a Mexican Hank Marvin Strat for a little while, which is a wonderful guitar. The Mexican stuff is really, really good. But as I say, this is a Squire crafted in China. This is was, until I got the Washburn today, the cheapest guitar I owned. And as you can see, it's been well used. It's got marks all over it. It's got a massive chunk missing out there, but it still plays, sounds great. And I've used this on 100+ gigs. It's been used pretty much on all these live streams. It's been used on lots of videos. It's actually become probably my number one, certainly for Shadows related stuff. So yeah, I mean, Casper, you hit on a very good point there. Pickups. There's a lot of talk about pickups at the moment on some of the forums and things. This has stock pickups. I don't know what they are, but they're probably tone riders or something like that. I've never changed the pickups in any of my guitars. They're all as they come. And I can play this. I can play my Alan Brayson Strat, which has got tone riders in, I think. I can play my American Fender Strat, which has got just standard American Fender pickups in. And you know, pretty much I can get them all to sound there or thereabouts. Number one for me is playing what they feel like. I don't particularly like nitrocellulo's finishes because you tend to stick to them. So this is, I think, polyurethane. It doesn't age quite as nicely, but you know, I don't stick to it. I can play this for hours and just give it a quick rub down at the end, and it's fine. You know, the neck. Bear in mind how much that's been played. It still looks like it's a new guitar. Yes, Alan, you're right. I think Hank was using Kinman in the 90s, certainly. Then I think he went back to Fender CS54s for a little while. But I think he's got some in... I think he's got Kinmans in some of his guitars now. I can't remember what the recent update was from the guys at TVS, but... Casper, the Squire Classic Vibe 50s... I'm assuming it's very similar to this, other than the fact it's got a maple board rather than a rosewood. As I say, this is a Classic Vibe series. But I'll let you know next weekend because I am getting hold of one for a little while. I'm getting hold of a Squire Classic Vibe 50s to have a mess around with, see what it's like. I might even put some really heavy strings on it and just, yeah, see what happens, basically. But so watch this space. There might be, I might do a live stream and have a little jam on it, or I might just do a little video on it. I'm not sure yet, but there we go. Right, let's get back to it. Let's do a couple of more songs. Michael, you want a bit of the Savage? I reckon I can arrange that. Let's make sure this is in tune. Sounds good to me. Let's go, bit of the Savage. There we go, a little bit of the Savage there, but no, John, unfortunately not. We're not going to do it live tonight. So we're playing the gig, and we haven't yet done the live streaming stuff for doing a live gig. So, but that might be something we look at some point going forward. But Casper, I must just actually, while you're on the subject of gear and stuff like that, I must touch on that briefly, because I see a lot of people on Shadows forums and various other things where people are obsessed with, getting that sound and stuff like that, and I need this and I need that and I need something else. And I must confess, I mean, I've used so many rigs, and I've had so many different echo pedals, I've had so many different guitars, amplifiers, everything, the latest thing, and I've probably wasted a lot of money over the years. Because when it comes down to it, I mean, I've heard people at guitar clubs play, a really, really cheap setup. I mean, there was a guy at our club in Southend who sadly passed away a couple of years ago now. But I remember watching him, and he had a Squire Hank Marvin Strat, which was, quite cheap, about £300, I think, something along those lines. And he plugged into this, this whatever this transistor amp he had, and he just had a little digital delay pedal that he had, what wasn't very expensive. And you know what, he played some songs and I was blown away. It was just wow, and it wasn't to do with his gear. His gear wasn't doing any of that. I was blown away because he was a great player, and that is 98% of it, I think, unfortunately. I've heard people, great friends of mine, who would happily admit they're not the best players, but they've had Vox AC30 Heritage, they've had Miazzi's TVS3s, all of that sort of stuff, and they've had custom shop strats with gauge 13s and everything. Literally the what we know as the Hank setup, and they've played some songs, and it's been okay, but I think we spend too much time really on gear a lot of the time, and as a guitar player, it's easy to be obsessed with gear. Believe me, I know it's. But when you find something that works and consistent, it makes all the difference. Yes, it has to sound right to your ears, because that's part of the thing that inspires you. When you get that sound, it's going to inspire you to play more. So yes, I appreciate that's a massive part of it, but if you play the songs correctly and you enjoy playing the songs, and I mean, I still get the hairs on the back of my neck stand up when I play some of these songs, Wonderful Land. Every time I play it, it happens, I feel this electric magic from the song, and that's nothing to do with the gear, what I'm playing it on. I can play it on this, I can play it on the Washburn, I can play it on anything. It's the magic of the song and the emotion that it brings to me when I play it, and I just think you don't need all of this really expensive stuff. You can get great sounds. The number one thing is to enjoy playing and play as much as you can and learn as much as you can, but just enjoy playing it. It's that there's nothing that will. I remember some of the songs when I was a lot younger that. Things like Shadugi, stuff like that. When I first learned to play them, I was just wow. It just brought amazing enjoyment to me, and it inspired me more than anything. When I finally was able to play some of these songs, I was like, yeah, brilliant. It was such a wonderful feeling. So if I can give anyone a tip who's watching this today, any new starter guitar players and stuff like that, you don't need custom shop strats. You don't need stuff made out of all these tone woods and all this wonderful pieces of kit. Just do it and play it right and enjoy it. That's the main thing. But there we go. Anyway, I've rambled on a little bit there, but in fact, I'm going to play the song that started it all off. Actually, I'm going to do a bit of Apache. That was the chair, by the way, not me. There we go, the song that started it all off. Tom, how long do I practice, daily or weekly? To be honest, I'm getting quite bad at it because I don't. I don't practice anywhere near as much as I should. This chair is horrendous, isn't it? No, I don't practice anywhere near as much as I should. A lot of the time I do these live streams because it's just going over the songs and stuff, and it just, you know, it enables me to go through them and gives me a reason, especially with not gigging. But when I'm gigging, you know, a lot of the time, unless we're doing something new, I don't really practice it. A lot of these songs are hardwired into my mind now that I will never ever forget them. So I should practice more often. I should spend some time, you know, going over things, but I think I've been playing for so long now. I like to find new songs and try new things and try and challenge myself as a player. Even things out of my comfort zone. I mean, you know, some of the Shads and Cliff and Hank stuff are brilliant tracks, but then there's a whole different other genres out there. There's blues, there's rock, you know, all of that sort of stuff. And some of that it's a different way of playing altogether, and so you're sort of pushing yourself, and then you find when you then come back to the stuff that you know, your fingers are more fluid. You can, you know, do a lot of the stuff, and yeah, it's all about enjoying it, I suppose. You know, I think if I was to practice daily, weekly, you know, and go have a proper practice regime, I'd probably get a bit bored, really, because yeah, the whole enjoyment I get out of it is, you know, just is playing the songs, playing them right, and hearing those sounds and sharing it with other people. So yes, so I hope that helps. Mick, have you ever tried Guitar Rig 5 PC software? I haven't, Mick, to be honest. I've never tried Guitar Rig. I have used Bias Effects, and anyone who's ever used Bias Effects, I have created a couple of shadows patches on there that you can check out. The PC software is okay, and I have done a few videos. Actually, I use Jamvox as well, which is a great piece of kit. Yeah, I recorded a video not all that long ago where I literally just had the Jamvox plugged into the guitar, plugged straight into USB into a laptop, and I did all my sounds through that and recorded a great sounding track. I can't even remember what song was now, but it came out really, really well. But yeah, I've got a nice little setup here now at where the Vox and everything's set, and now I'm not gigging pretty much at the moment. I can leave a lot of this gear set up and just use it. And but when I go away, if I go away for a week or so on holiday, I always take my MacBook with me and the Vox plug-in and a guitar, because I can try ideas out and stuff like that. So you can certainly get some great sounds with not a lot of budget. I mean, the Vox I/O and plug was, I think, about £30. Obviously, you need a computer, a laptop of some sort, and a guitar. But there's a lot of things you can do these days as guitar players. I don't think we've ever had it so good, in terms of what we can do. But there we go. Let's do this great song, bit of Wonderful Land, dedicated to my dear old dad. Fabulous song. But right, I'm going to have to love you and leave you, unfortunately. It's 4:20. I've got about an hour before I need to go out, so go and do my gig, which I'm really looking forward to. Did I mention that? It's okay, Philip, that's an interesting. To be honest, the one I'm getting is actually a couple of years old, so I don't think it's going to be an Indonesia one. I think it's going to be a Chinese one, but yes, I'll bear that in mind. But I mean, this has got a very slim neck on it, so this is what I sort of set the benchmark for other guitars, really. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today. The little session I've done there. Don't forget, in 8 minutes time, I've got my new video going live on here, so check it out, give it a thumbs up if you like it, enjoy it. These tabs are going to be on my website, but yeah, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you all very, very soon. And please enjoy a bit of Shindig. much, all. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you all very, very, very soon. Bye for now.